Hello. Oh no. Hello and welcome to this Uncanny Earth. Tonight's episode of this Uncanny Earth is dedicated in memory to our good friend Fred Saluga, who passed yesterday. So please send some well wishes and some positive energy to his family. And from us here at this Uncanny Earth, we wish Fred a very Godspeed journey to his creator. Um, that being said, let's start our holiday episode and let's think of Fred at this time. As always, it's time to get uncanny. Uh oh, we got some sound over there on your end.
Dip.
It's like a screech.
Hold on. Let me drop out and drop back in.
Nope.
Hello there, Steven. Welcome. If I knew this kind of monkey business was going to happen. So you didn't know Fred really well, but he was a good friend of mine, and then later on, Spider would have met him too. Good guy, great researcher. We always he's the one who got me my start. I'll explain that more when old Spider comes back. So how are you doing, Steven? How is your college going? How are your collegiate pursuits?
13th is officially our last day, but
Nice.
the most complicated part about college is trying to drop out. You go to your student advisor, they send you to financial aid, and they send you to Tennessee Reconnect, and it's a wild goose chase. Without going any further down the rabbit hole, I'm like 8 or 9 redirects into my mission now, and now they're trying to tell me that I need to fill out an intent to graduate form, and I'm like, no, I'm not graduating, I'm withdrawing, dropping out, not returning.
And what was your reason for not returning?
Not to get overly political, but
That's
it
fine.
did happen, and it's not an opinion thing, it's a fact thing. Some of the political stuff going on recently, just to briefly gloss over it, has cost me my scholarship for college.
Okay. Well, we wish you the best, and we hope that you can remedy that situation. Well, it looks like Spider's back. The loud screeching sound is gone. Good job. That was kind of not really a great way to start the show, but it
It's
happened.
the usual IT solution. You unplug it and then you plug it back in.
Hey, it works. It works a lot of times with our chats and Xbox as well. So now I was talking to Steven. Steven doesn't know Fred really well, pretty much at all, but and um I knew him, or you knew him even less than I did, and I knew him the most out of everybody. Personally, Fred was a great guy. He gave me my start in all of this. Like, not in this. We started this a long time ago. This just kind of led into that, but Fred was like the linchpin in my speaking presentations. Still is actually. I've been invited to speak at his next event that he would have had at Patsy Hillman Park. So I'll be representing in April. So make sure you guys come on down and or no, not April. I think it's May or June or July, and then I will be actually doing some speaking in April at a event. So details to come further into that. But yeah, we missed Fred. He passed away yesterday, battled with leukemia. And I was talking to Spider about this. It's so different seeing death play out over social media, like somebody passing, like in the the days before social media, you didn't, you might have heard it from your Aunt Gertrude at, 2 p.m. Your uncle so and
Mm.
so was passed on, or this, that, and the other. Um, but to see it play out and people put their like last, I don't want to say last will and testament, but like their kind of last final thoughts out
Yeah.
on a digital front that never, will be deleted. It's very strange. It's not. I don't want to say it's terrifying or creepy. It's not those two things. It's just a very strange step from going from here to the afterlife and then posting about it on social media. You know what I mean? Like it's not something that it just doesn't sit right with me. I think it's something that I don't think you can't stop it. Obviously, you can't be like, yeah, I'm in my last days here, and I'm gonna I'm gonna record that for
Mm.
posterity or for people to see that. So in the age of social media where we are so inundated with people's thoughts and feelings, recipes, cat pictures, likes, dislikes, political likes, dislikes, to see somebody dying, a good friend of yours too, somebody that gave you a start and what would be what you love to do best, to me says so much about where our state is. But I think Fred was a larger than life person. um, Everybody that I met that knew Fred loved Fred. He was a very curmudgeony old man, much like yourself. I think
Mm.
if you two could have hung out, you two probably would have gotten along quite swimmingly. Um,
The not to derail you, but the one thing about, well, there's two things I want to talk about of my experiences with Fred, which, as you said, were a lot less than yours. But the reason that I knew him at all was because he was one of our early supporters when we were just doing the audio show. He didn't tune in for every show. I mean, he was at his age; he had all kinds of things to do. He wasn't sitting around listening to podcasts all the time, but he would ask us things on social media occasionally when the first incarnation of this Uncanny Earth was just in its infancy, and he was definitely larger than life. He was unapologetic. He didn't tone down his way of speaking for anybody.
no, he did
You
not.
you either appreciated his directness, or he had people who tried to argue with him, and he
Back
never
down.
once backed down. I never saw him retreat from an argument, whether it was online or otherwise. Um, and people could say, well, that's just kind of confrontational. Well, maybe, but I respect it. I respect it. You stick to your guns. You got conviction. If you're 100% behind your point, you're not going to back down from it. And he had that, and he carried that all the way forward to now. He went out the way that he wanted, to be honest. Um, I only met him once, and that was at the speaking arrangement that you had that we took the kids to. Um,
Yeah, yeah,
and he was into it. He was there. He was joking around.
yeah.
He was Fred. It was just like I'd known from online. Was no different, and he was authentic. And authenticity, as we all know, is one of my favorite words these days. And it's hard to find people like that anymore who are exactly the same, whether they're online, in person, writing down in his articles that he did for MUFON. Um, it, he was one of those people, I'm sure, that touched a lot of lives, either positively or negatively, depending on how you interacted with him. Uh, but
True.
um, but he was authentic, and he was a real person, and it is definitely going to be a lesser planet without him here.
Yeah, I think so. I think it really it hurts the community because we have a man who, brought people together. Whether you liked him or not, he was still who he was. He didn't care if you didn't like him or not. I saw him at many, many, many different events. I've seen him at, I believe I saw him at Les Odell's event I spoke at. I saw him at many of the Moral Fire Departments, the Patsy Hillman event, the Butler paranormal community, kind of like it's a community of Pennsylvanian folks that really kind of head this up. But
Mm.
everywhere I went, he was there, talking crazy, wearing his hat, and being himself. And honestly, the community couldn't ask for a better person. The community couldn't ask for somebody that really knew his. I mean, he knew what he was talking about. Like, he did his research. He knew, um, when he would talk to you, he would tell you, "Hey, this," and it was matter of fact. It wasn't anything like he had to make it up. He relied on his years of experience, and he was a police officer too for a while. So that's where we're at. I'm sorry. Go ahead,
He
Spider.
he had good questions too. Like, he didn't
Yeah.
stop asking questions. When I went
Yeah.
to your speaking arrangement there, and he was there, he was with the other folks there. He had some pointed questions to
Yep.
ask, not just of you, but of the other speakers before you, because we saw
Yep.
a couple of people beforehand, and he was not shy about asking some direct to the point questions about evidence and about different things, and about what exactly you were getting at, what you believed in, and different things. And I always appreciate that, because it's some people see that as like a heckler kind of thing. Like, oh, they're asking me questions about like really trying to get under my skin. But no, he just
Right.
wanted to make sure that you were really into what you were doing,
Yeah.
and that you believed what you were presenting. Even if he
Yeah.
disagreed with you, if you fully believed what you were presenting, he was on board. He was on board with
Yeah.
it, and
Yeah.
he respected you for it.
And he always just he always asked the right questions at my presentations. Always like hit me with the good ones. And as most of you know that have seen me present, is something I love doing. So there was never a shred of doubt in my conviction that I spoke whatever it was, giants, Nephilim, however, what have you. But he believed in me. He was always like, "Hey, you want to speak?" And I'm like, "Let's run it." And I'm driving 2.5, 3.5 hours to speak at a place,
Mm.
just to
It's a
get
heck
my
of a
feet.
trip.
And it is a trip just to get your feet in the door. This is just to get your feet in the door. People spend a lot of years building themselves up. So, but Fred gave me that first start. I still remember that first presentation. I remember it like it was yesterday. I mean, it's been trying to think because I got a couple plaques on the wall. I got one, two. I got one behind me. I've got three plaques of awards that were given to me by Fred at the different events that I attended and that I did. I did three of these things. Loved him. And if it wasn't for Fred, I wouldn't have my start. He believed in me enough to get to say, "Hey, you know what? I know some people who get up there and present," and I got up there and presented, and we absolutely destroyed it. So, it's really because of him. What's up, Lee? Good to see you, my guy. Good to see you. We miss Lee. What's up, Lee? How you doing? We're just reminiscing over our friend Fred Saluga. He passed yesterday due to complications from leukemia. We wish him all the best on his flight into the next life. So we wish you well, sir, from all of us here at this Uncanny Earth. We wish you the best.
That kind of puts me in a little bit of a talking mood about a subject. I don't know if it's quite going along with the holiday theme that we got going on. Probably not, but it's something interesting. We don't often think about the people and the situations that give us our start on different things, unless something happens, unfortunately. And we've been fortunate to have a lot of moments like that.
Yeah.
You specifically, not only did Fred get you involved in this speaking, but you also got involved with you got to go to Boston
Yeah.
some years ago for
Yeah.
Fallout, where you actually were around some developers of the game franchise and things of that nature.
Yep.
That little adventure got pretty big for a little while.
Yeah.
Um, and so there's people in there that we're thankful that you were able to do that, even on some level. And it must be the holiday season working on my Scroogey little art over here. On some level, I do have an appreciation for how we were able to get the beginning of this Uncanny Earth because I had access to the tools that we needed to. I was
Yeah,
involved with something that gave us an in, and it allowed us to learn how to use the early radio things that we did. So
yeah.
on some level, even though that all went poorly, I'm appreciative of the end that
Oh
we
yeah.
had there. And it's an interesting way to look at things when you look back at the all the people who've kind of nudged us along.
Yeah, that's the thing. And even though there's two people in this that I have to, for better or for worse, thank. The one is that individual out in the West Coast. I can't sit here and lie. I can't sit here in front. Fact of the matter is, without that individual, this process wouldn't have steamrolled into what it is today. So while I don't care for this individual on a personal level, I still have to give thanks to the fact that without that person, I wouldn't have been able to, we wouldn't have been able to get this thing off of the ground. So I do have to give credit where credit
A
is due.
professional nod, a little bit of a professional, like,
I do.
okay,
Yeah. And the other person, helped us with art and did a lot of some of the media adventure I was sticking into and the merchandise I was moving into with what we're doing on the Uncanny side of things. Unfortunately, that person and I are no longer cool. There's no love lost. There's no hate. We just cut. That's it. Gone by. Um, those two people, while I don't care for them on a personal level, thank you, for sort of helping move this along the way. It's just a shame that you couldn't see the forest ahead of the trees. It's a shame that you couldn't see the process, the elevation that we were all striving for, and it's a shame. But you move on. People be in the past for a reason, and we leave them in the past. So, and that this will be the only time that I'm thankful for those two people for that sole purpose. Um, but you're right. We don't tend to think about those people that gave us those stepping stones, because we've done a lot of this ourselves. We have taken this and ran with it ourselves. We picked up a hitchhiker in Steven. We picked that guy up and brought him along. I don't know why. I don't know what we were thinking, but we did bring him along. Um, but I think honestly, everybody plays their role, right? Does that mean that those two individuals, once this empire gets moving in the direction where we're making some pretty good bank, that they will get kickbacks? Not at all in the slightest. We've put in, we have put in more work than a little bit these past so many years, especially driving to do interviews, going to places, putting our own stuff out there, putting our own uh, uncanny media stuff out there for people to see. This wasn't helped by those other two people. We have been putting in the legwork. We've been putting in the groundwork. So while I will give credit where credit is due, you will not receive the rewards from the hard work. Once you have exited our sphere, I guess you could say our sphere of influence or whatever, what have you, there's no coming back. You don't get to, dawdle back in when you see that them uncanny boys are on top. It does not how it's going to work. It will never work like that for us over here on this side. But we will be rewarding those who stayed down, who stayed loyal, who stayed in the trenches with us, because it's been an uphill battle. Ever since 2020, it's been an uphill battle. We had some really great momentum going, and then the world decided to shut down, screwed up our momentum. So we're slowly, because we had to reinvent and make sure everything was moving on all processes this time, move that forward, keep that pushing. And, we got to do it for people like Fred, because Fred would want us to keep pushing. He would
yeah,
want us to keep going.
yeah. He
You
was
know, he- you know,
even though, like I said, he didn't listen or watch the episodes because he wasn't that kind of a person necessarily. He was supportive. He asked us
yeah, he
about it
was.
when we saw him at the speaking arrangement. And we've met a lot of people like that doing this through other people that have kind of fallen off.
Yeah.
Continuing to reminisce, we were part of that big old Facebook group run by a certain dude who he's not with us either. He's moved
Yeah.
on into the afterlife. But through
Yeah.
him, we met Alyssa, who's with Cooking Basically.
Yeah.
She's one of our affiliates. We met Jen Smith, who's not able to listen and watch the show all that often, but she's still a big supporter. We've met a lot of people through chance encounters that didn't last, and it makes you kind of it makes you think sometimes. You get nostalgic about some things, about
It
all the
does.
people along the way who've you go through a conduit and the conduit collapses, but
Yeah.
everybody you met on the way through is still with you, and we're definitely. I don't know why I'm suddenly feeling appreciative of everything around today. Maybe it must be the holidays. I guess I must be.
Oh, here we go.
I
There it
think
is.
I see some alcohol right there.
Yeah,
No, that's
it's-
usual. That's happens all the time. I'm not going to start wearing a red hat and singing Christmas carols anytime soon, but I get appreciative this time of year for
It's bad.
circumstances.
Exactly.
The circumstances that led to new people and new experiences and new events that have helped us. And again, I have to continue to look back on people like it's still fresh right now. I didn't know that Fred had actually passed yet until you just told us here on the show, because we haven't talked yet about it. So, because I'm not in tune with his family and things like you are,
Right,
so of
right.
course I'm not on the same grapevine. So it's going to be a lot to process over the last few days. It always is.
It is.
Even when that one guy that we didn't get along with at the end, even when he went, it was
The man
was
never
a-
did anything that
yeah.
would warrant me to dislike him in the afterlife.
and so you got to kind of raise a glass and he's like, well, it
Yep.
didn't work out, but you helped get us to a point where we were at, and I hope things are better for you now. And that's
And that's really what it is. Even with the other two people, at a certain point, your emotions are raised up. You're like, man, these people suck. They're horrible people. Why? But then you really sit back. You get some time behind your belt. You really sit back and you're like, man, while that didn't work, the way it should have, obviously, in some instances. Without that happening, this next level wouldn't have been reached. Like, we wouldn't have been able to step up to this next level or get to this level. And so while I'm appreciative of that time frame, that situation, I'm not appreciative of those people at present. Like, I don't have a place where I'm like, these people are always going to be, remembered fondly. The sad thing is, they're remembered in hindsight as a way to sort of chart where we have come from and where we are today. Everything we've been through, what we've been through in our own personal lives, what we've all gone through in those situations, and where we are today, and how we keep pushing and how we keep moving. And I think the most important thing for us to do is to keep moving. You don't want to go. You don't want to stay stagnant. And if people that are on your team aren't on your team, then they shouldn't be on your team. I know that sounds like a crazy synergy moment for a lot of business, but it's true. If those people aren't doing anything to further your advancements, and they're part of your team, then why are they on your team? If they're just a friend, okay, they can still be a friend, but don't have people on your team that aren't going to keep pushing for the whole team to do better. And I feel like that is the problem we had with those three individuals. They didn't want to see success. It was a very short-sighted viewpoint for them. But that being said, even though all that is true and we can back that up with text and facts and everything else, they still gave us a way in and a certain avenue that we can't that we have to give credit where credit is due in that regard. And I'm all for giving credit where credit is due. Don't get me wrong, because I mean, that's just facts. But you know, people like Fred, they don't stab you in the back. They're looking out for you. They're like, hey, you know, here's an opportunity. I'm gonna put you in front of this opportunity so you can go get to whatever you want to do. And Fred was never shy about doing that for me. You know, if there was a thing where I was speaking, Fred made sure that I got either in on it or he would talk to people to see if I could get in. And I've met a lot of good people through Fred. Tony LaRae was there, and that's my guy. You know, that's my guy. Katie Schultz, a very wonderful human being. Great people. You know, Bob Schultz, her father, great people. All people that I've met via Fred. You know, and it's crazy how it all intertwined and worked, and where we're at now. You know, with a lot of these people that because we've met so many people through this avenue. We've met actors, actresses, archaeologists, professors that, you know, I got to talk to about the Shinrikyo murders of Japan, or the cult back in, the 80s. And it's crazy how far we've come. Like, and the goal really now is to get some more guests on and really kind of poke their brains and see where they're at. But this journey wouldn't have been started without those people. And like I said, you got to give people credit, even if now you look back and you're like, man, those people did us dirty, or they acted in a way that we didn't expect. You still have to give them credit for helping you push yourself to a momentum to keep going. So I thank them, even though we all don't get along. There's no animosity my way. If I see you, just keep it moving. There's no reason for us to have conversations or be in proximity to each other. You've made your decision. This Uncanny Earth made our decision, and we keep moving forward. Speaking of the Fallout 76 thing, I will be in West Virginia next year, VIP in it. I just got some confirmation news today. Kenny's going to have a booth going, and we're going to be up in that booth. So, yeah, we coming back. We coming back slowly. We inch our way back. But the good
reforging those connections
is we have momentum now. We have the momentum that we didn't have before because we are solidified. We've been around for many years, so we have a different kind of momentum than we did when we first came out the gate. Then it got stalled. We have a different kind of momentum, but I'm all for it. And the only thing we can do now is just forge on ahead and create the future we want to see, not the future everybody else wants us to be in, but the future we want to see. So there you go.
Steven, earlier I saw you reach up. Were you trying to get our attention to say something, or were you just adjusting your mic?
Just scratching my head.
Okay, I thought maybe you wanted to say something. I didn't want to steamroll over you.
He's like, no, Steven, no words for you today. You don't let Steven talk all the time.
I do want to say thank you for Steven for showing up every week with the fire that he's got, because he's got some fire.
He got some fire.
We don't always allow him to express his fire.
We don't. Yeah, Steven's fire.
I do appreciate it,
for
though.
Many.
I appreciate strong opinions.
You are a man of strong opinions.
Yeah, you definitely know that.
Yeah, and I appreciate that regardless of.
I mean, let's be honest here. Everybody here is a man of strong opinion. You know, all of us, myself included. You may think, well, not Uncanny. You see that Santa Claus hat back on Godzilla right there? I think Christmas should be celebrated. If it was me and you were caught not celebrating Christmas, gulag. A gulag for the entire month of December. I would have you.
That's a good soup.
I would have you your own special cell. I'd be like, get in there, and you would have to go in there because you gotta
catch me first.
Oh no, we would catch you. I would just put like a nice vintage bottle
underneath the box with a stick.
Cell. Yeah, and then just
cartoon style.
Got him. Hey,
on the side of a white van, free whiskey.
Free whiskey. That's it. It's over. You're done. You're caught. It's over for you. No, he would just walk in like, I know. But I would leave him with a couple bottles to last him the month and some video games so he could play some video games. I'm not heartless. That's for everybody else that isn't, my friend. You go in the dungeon gulag. You get like the is he maid or is he criminal
re-education training.
entrepreneur type of individual, you get that cell. The stove's in there. It's basically like home you just can't leave for a month.
There's two of you. Lee's in the comments talking about it too. There's two of you guys.
There's two of us.
Yeah. You're both Christmas people.
We are Christmas. I agree. We are absolute maniacs, Lee. And you know what? I don't appreciate Spider here. He is a curmudgeon. He is such a curmudgeon. And you're right.
Maybe he just doesn't want to celebrate pagan holidays.
Yeah, right. This dude celebrates whatever that dumbass holiday is. Borscht Day or whatever it is. Jim
Burns nights in January.
Whatever.
Drink some scotch.
Yeah.
Have some haggis.
He'll celebrate anything where he can drink.
Well, yeah. Wassailing. We're gonna go wassailing. We should do that this year.
Have you ever
break into people's houses until they get us drunk?
Have you ever had wassail?
I think that's how trick or treating started.
We should make it. We should make it.
It's good. I've had it. It's easy to make. He is a Scrooge too. He 100% is a Scrooge.
Listen, I got right under the name over there.
I have the Christmas music playing in the car. So when I pick my son up, and Spider's favorite song is Last Christmas.
Does that count as child abuse?
No, only if you listen to Christmas music.
Oh, okay.
No, my son loves it. He's much like his father. He loves listening to Christmas music, but we never hear any because the radio. I don't know for many that listen to terrestrial radio, I don't. Like I don't listen to the radio outside of Christmas. I'm usually listening to like music on my phone or whatever. But like there are so many commercials. Me and my son get like 2.5, maybe 2 Christmas songs on the way home from his school when I pick him up. That's it because it's a bunch of ads. They run so many ads. It's like a solid 5 minutes worth of ads, and I don't like it. And once again, if I was the ruler, all those people would be gulag for life. For life. You're interrupting my Christmas music, and I need it. I need my.
But you gotta fund the Christmas music, so you need the commercials to fund the Christmas.
You do need to.
You gotta deal with it. That's what you get.
We got billionaires. We could have a few billionaires fund the Christmas music.
They could too, but they don't because they're selfish. They don't care about Christmas music for me and my people. My people being fellow Christmaseers. My friend Lee, guess what? We're both maniac Christmas guys, so you're just gonna have to deal with that and just get drunker.
I probably will.
We will be holding a private celebration. Yeah, give me my Bing Crosby. Give me my Dean Martin.
I'll give you
my
the
Sammy
AI
Davis
Christmas
Jr.
music.
Pum with David Bowie.
Frosty the drunk, depressed snowman.
See, this dude, listen, you're not getting the made guy gulag like Craig is. You're getting the squalor. Nice. You're getting the squalor gulag. You're getting it'll be decent. I'll make sure you have
a Final Fantasy VIII.
No, I'll give you the Final Fantasy VII dungeon or the 6. I love eggnog. I love it. Eggnog. That's a hard hitting thing there for somebody here on the show, isn't it?
I used to love it, and the taste I still do. It's just I gotta. A couple of people make the dairy-free eggnog, and
you got to microdose.
It's okay,
microdose.
You got to microdose it. Microdose the lactose.
Yep. I ain't gonna do it.
I did it. It took me about a month and a half, maybe 2 months, and now I can have all the lactose.
I'm just gonna go find the alternative and drink it because it's honestly not bad. You can get almond milk eggnog, and because it's almond, it's nutty.
So that's almond nog,
and the nuts work.
Yeah, I bet they do. I bet they do.
Watch yourself. It's a family show. Stop it.
All 2 of them.
But yeah, that works. If you're going to do one of the other ones, like the soy milk or whatever, it's not going to work the same because it's not the same flavor profile. But
eggnog is the quintessential holiday treat. I don't know how you don't like it.
I do like
Christmas.
If you did, you wouldn't be looking for an alternative.
I can't drink it. I do enjoy it. I love it, but I can't drink it.
Well, if you love it, why don't you marry it?
I would. A whole ceremony and everything, and everybody's invited, and then legal. We're just gonna throw the garter belt in the bucket of eggnog.
Who's getting the garter belt?
What are we doing here anymore?
I don't know. You just sound like all I hear from you is some like Russian propaganda. That's all I'm hearing from your mouth.
Hey, I'm just thankful I don't have to play any more of that Black Ops campaign.
But there's Endgame.
No, I uninstalled it already.
I
uninstalled it already. We're all done with that.
Yeah, we're
I saw
done.
another video about it today. The cutscene was the same cutscene from Black Ops 1. Like one of the cutscenes.
Because this one spans all the other games because you're doing the flashbacks. But that's off topic. It
wasn't a good one. It wasn't a good one.
It was
probably the worst one.
I've heard nothing good about it.
But to be fair, he goes along with my Christmas shenanigans as a good friend should. Because listen, if he was celebrating Scottish fruit night or whatever he celebrates over at his house, weird
Burns night,
whatever,
it's a real holiday. He's a famous poet.
Oh,
Robbie Burns. He's a poet.
Wait. How many poets are you sitting around listening to daily?
This is the guy that did the poem about Of Mice and Men.
Oh, so you just sitting around reading Of Mice and Men all day, John Steinbeck?
That's the guy. No. That's the guy who came up with that original poem. It's the best laid plans of mice and men. That's the guy who wrote it.
Eat the rye bread, right?
He might. He probably had some.
So wait, but this isn't even something. Listen, I've known you for like 2 decades now, 20 years almost, and I've never heard you once bring that poem up ever. You were like,
that's not the point.
So my favorite
point is not the point.
By Robert Burns.
The point is you drink some scotch, you eat some food.
That's it. But you do that anyway.
But this is a special.
It's a holiday.
But really, every day's a special thing when it's you.
It can be. You got to make your own special occasion.
Glory of holidays. You can make up your own holiday.
He'll literally be like, "Hey, I'm drinking. Give me a minute. I got to make some food, and then I'll be on." So it's Burns night every night in your house.
It could be if I had haggis every night.
Now you got to do is just stand around and say something stupid like, "The wings of life carry a chariot on," or something stupid.
I don't write the poetry. I just
well, apparently you don't. I don't even think you've read it. I don't think you've read it. You might have read that poem, but I will 100% put money in that you have not read Robert Burns' poem.
You gotta, when you do the Burns night, you have to read the Ode to Haggis, which is a poem that he wrote about the haggis.
It's invocation. Nice.
Okay.
So you're summoning the haggis demon.
So what's your haggis poem? We want to hear your
haggis poem.
Not my haggis poem. He wrote it.
What is your haggis haiku?
I didn't memorize it. I got to look it up every year.
Haggis haiku? Nothing I know about you. Regardless, no, I still love you.
Yeah, he makes up his own haikus for haggis.
I'm gonna find it here.
Oh, great! Now he's gonna make the episode even worse. Like it wasn't bad.
It is. This is gonna take a downturn. This is gonna be the worst episode we have ever had, and it's because you pushed me to it.
Oh, come on! You guys forgot about what was it? Episode 2, where your mics were cut out for like the first 15 minutes of the episode when you were still on Spreaker. I'll tell you another one. He did something. Nobody cares.
Address to a
haggis. No, really? That's
by Robert Burns.
That's your guy.
Yes, 1786.
Your guy is talking about a sheep's stomach.
Well, yeah, they're proud of it. They're very proud of it.
Haggis to them is like apple pie to us.
No, it is not. It's crap.
There he is.
More
He's
crap.
right there. That's
we've seen
next
him.
to a haggis.
Yeah,
now we're gonna get hit with the copyright.
No, because you can't get hit with the copyright over haggis. Yeah, this dude over here, he just. Do you even eat? Where do you get haggis from in this part of the world?
You got to make your own. I mean, and I can't even make that because nobody else in the house can eat meat.
You got to go out to the forest and kill your own cheese.
We make an approximation.
Oh, now we're doing approximations.
Well, yeah, you got to. You got to make allowances.
Okay, so how do you make it? They're artificial haggis.
We make it with oats and with kidney beans and carrots and savory seasonings and gravy.
Oh, savory.
Savory seasonings. Tony Giovanni. Okay. It's a holiday party now.
It's a holiday party now. I should.
It's just not. Who knows what holiday it's going to be?
Well, yeah. Apparently, it's some dude that writes
Burns
poems
Day,
about food. Apparently.
Yeah, it's Burns Day.
I don't even
Burns
know
night.
why. I'd rather just eat a
Burns night.
Scottish egg. Can we just eat a, he said it's
Scotch
Burns.
eggs are good too. I like
Yeah,
those.
It's not a Burns day. It's a Burns night. All right,
It's
get it
night.
right.
Burns night.
Get it right.
Get
That's
it
you.
right, please, Adam Page. Anyway,
That's you. You're simping over old Robert Burns. Somebody's got a crush. Somebody's got a crush.
I don't think so. He's been dead since the 1700s. I mean,
You can crush on a dead person. It's weird, but it's not illegal.
yeah, but that is weird. So I'm not.
It is weird. I don't know why you do it. There's no reasoning for you to do it.
That's why I drink the scotch and I eat the haggis and I have a good time.
Yeah, exactly. You're celebrating a fictitious person.
He's a real person. He
Yeah,
lived.
whatever. He didn't live. It's lies. It's lies
Nothing
from the
wrong with that.
mainstream media. It's mainstream media lies. So what are we doing for the holidays, gentlemen? What are we doing?
What do you mean?
What are you gonna do? What are you doing for Christmas?
Oh, we're supposed to do special stuff?
You don't go like see your family and stuff like that? You're not like you don't go hang out with your family on Christmas? I'm sorry, my family's built different, so that's why when
Yeah.
people say no, it's weird to me.
We usually go to my grandparents and, do Christmas over there, but, whatever. It's not a big deal.
What is an ideal Christmas day for Steven? Like, what would you like to do on Christmas Day? I
Watch
swear-
Supernatural all day.
Okay, there you go. Hey, that's fine. That's a good way to spend Christmas Day.
Yeah.
How about you, Grouchy?
Regardless of the holiday and my not celebrating, I do have a tradition that I do every year.
Oh, here we go.
Christmas.
He listens to Hanson.
No, I don't listen to the
Marilyn
Bop.
He
The
listens to
Bop is
Marilyn
for
Hanson.
Alyssa. She listens to the Hanson.
She loves the Bop. She loves the Bop and the Lot.
I listen to,
There we go.
start to finish, the entire album, Hollywood by Marilyn Manson, which is probably a weird choice for some people, but that's because it came out
When you were a teenager?
around that year,
It is. It's a weird choice.
around that season. And it was the only album of that kind that my folks got me for Christmas, despite the fact that they disagreed with it. So it was symbolic of the fact that they acknowledged that I was growing up a bit, that I was going to get my own things.
I has
said. They were acknowledging the fact that I was going to be doing things that they weren't going to like, but they were just, you know what? Here, you're going to get it yourself. Just don't play it too loud in the house. And I've listened to it every Christmas since. And it's been, how many years has that been? That was in 2000.
Had to be 2001.
Probably pretty close because 2000, 2001, one of those years is when it came out. So I've listened to that album every year, start to finish, for roughly 25 years, give or take. And that's what I do every Christmas because it sparks something in my brain of a memory I had at the time. And really that's what it's all about.
It was November 2000. So you're not
I'm making a
far
point
off.
now. I'm making a point
You're
now.
not far off.
I'm
making a point now.
The thing about holidays, whether a person like me celebrates them or not, we all have moments. We all have moments during parts of our lives during those holidays that stick, and they stick pretty much forever. And so you take that and you either make a tradition out of it, or it's just something that you remember every year. When it's Christmas season, I remember that moment when I got that album, when I played that album, and it made an impact on me. And it's less the fact of what it is and what the album's about. It's the memory that it gave me when I got it. And that's the extent of holidays for me. I don't get into, a lot of the religious stuff. I don't get into a lot of the material stuff. I don't, but memories are important for me. Nostalgia is a huge part of my makeup. It's something that anchors me, that keeps me grounded. And I think we all can kind of relate to that on some level.
Oh yeah, but it's also a drug.
Sure.
Because we can put ourselves in nostalgia and then we yearn for it and we try to go back to it. So we try to replicate nostalgia, but you can't replicate nostalgia.
That's how Jin kill people. they poison them and give them and they make them scared until they die, and they drain all their energy. But then many years later, they realized that people don't like being scared, so they actually started giving people really good memories until they died.
No, that's succubi.
No, that's sexual.
Or incubus. That's incubus.
This is a family show,
That's
guys.
the band. That's the
This
band.
is a family
Incubus.
show. The Jinn poison your blood and make you relive either terrifying memories or very kind, loving memories of your most cherished life, because they can drain your blood while you're in your coma dreaming.
That was
No
so
wonder I'm tired all the time.
random. I love how random Steven is. Like, it's so random.
You started it.
It's like, Merry Christmas. Do you know that gin can drain all your blood and make you have good memories or
No,
crap
you
memories?
started it because you were talking. You were talking about
It's
all
a
the
Christmas
memories.
miracle.
Yeah, you guys were talking about memories, and I was thinking, like, wait, memories? Oh, that's how Jin get you.
Steven was like, let me throw this non sequitur in here real quick.
He wasn't outside of the topic.
Well, hey,
he was still on topic.
There's
He was
another
still on
thing.
topic.
There is another thing I was going to say that was on
There
topic.
you go.
Since
There we
I'm
go.
interrupting already,
You are.
I actually recently learned that virgin means young, like the Virgin Mary.
Well, yes.
So there's
It's
actually
interchangeable, yeah.
there
it's
is actually a very good possibility that it was actually a mistranslation the whole time.
Oh, all the mistranslations.
Yep.
Back to we're coming back. We're circling back.
Oh,
We don't
okay,
get too-
okay.
We don't want to get too deep into
We don't
that.
want to
That's
get
one
into
of
the intricacies of language, because that's a
Okay.
whole other 4
No.
hours of episode.
Yeah,
Isn't it 4 hours of episode?
That's for next year.
longer than that.
That's
for
for
the
next
next
year.
holiday party.
Yeah.
That's the party where Spider's going to read some Robert Burns to us while we sit here and put on our
Watch it. I might.
I'll just start talking in Latin.
I'm gonna read
I mean,
Ode to a Haggis.
If you do that, I'll have to just quote the lyrics from Last Christmas, your favorite Christmas song ever.
You do that anyway, so we're even.
I do that anyway.
Anyway,
Alright,
continue. What are you talking about?
What is your favorite present you've ever received for Christmas? Steven, you go first. I know that's very, very like, it's your favorite gift. But what is it? What is your favorite?
PlayStation, I guess.
Which one?
The PS2,
Why?
because it had all the Metal Gear games on it.
That's my
I mean,
fault.
PS3 did have Metal Gear Solid 4, but
He had Robert Burns and Almond Eggnog.
okay,
That's-
you know what?
that's
I'm going to
my
change my answer. I want to change
What's
my
your
answer
answer?
to
You can change
PS3
Okay.
because it had Metal Gear Solid 4 on it, and I remember I stayed up literally for like 3 days straight playing that game.
Okay. When did you get that? Like 2000 and what?
I don't even remember whenever the PS3
9?
released.
8, 9? Around there? 2007, 2008?
I can look it up real quick.
Do you still have it?
No, because it was released in 2006. So that's when I had it. But no, I don't have it anymore because I actually found it in the closet maybe 3 or 4 years ago, and I pulled it out and tried to start using the PlayStation 3 to play Metal Gear Solid 4, and it got that yellow light of death because the fan
The
and
E74
ventilation
era.
system
Yep. The
and the
E74
ventilation system didn't work very well. And then I got a $6,000 computer thinking, hey, if I buy the most expensive computer on the market, surely I can play Metal Gear Solid 4 on that PS3 emulator, right? No, it's not that easy.
Spider, what's your favorite Christmas present ever? It's got to be something off the wall. The Robert Burns cookbook that I got.
No. That's a good question. I'm gonna throw out the Marilyn Manson album because that's already got its own place of importance. Because as a kid, there were some years when things were good, and there were some years where we didn't have a whole lot of money. And as a kid, you don't quite understand that all the time. You just get the list and you're like, oh, yeah, I want all this stuff. I've seen the commercial. I got the Sears toy catalog.
Yep.
Look at all these things I want. And you'd make the huge list and you might get like 2 or 3 things from the list because you grow up and your parents don't got a lot of money. It's just how it is. And you don't understand that as a kid. You get disappointed. You're like, I didn't get this. I
You're
didn't
lucky
get that.
you get food in this economy.
And I was kind of a jerk of a child.
Kinda. You're still.
I'm
a
more
jerk.
appreciative now of a lot of things, as evidenced by
He's an appreciative
the
jerk.
thank yous I had at the beginning of the episode. But when I was a kid, I was a lot more selfish as a kid, and a lot of kids are. It's just how you are. You grow up, and you're kind of like you don't understand these things. So,
Right.
but there's a few things I got that I was really into. One of the things that comes to mind, and it always seems kind of shallow when you say this kind of stuff, but when you're a kid, this is a big deal.
Right.
I got this Batman helicopter that you could put the full size figures into, and it had like a rope and things to catch the bad guys and different things. And I had that for a long time. Like I can't recall how many years I played with that. It was well into almost when you're a teenager.
Yesterday.
No, I don't have it. It's long gone. I don't remember. I probably donated it, or it went to one of my cousins or something when I was getting ready to move or something. I don't know. A lot of that stuff went to other family as I got older. But I remember it as being one of my favorite things, and it stayed a part of my childhood for a number of years. Regardless of whether it was my favorite toy after that or how often I used it, I did use it a lot. I did get an Xbox one year, and while that did define my future gaming stuff, I'm not going to call that one of my favorite things, because that's just one of those things. It's like I used that every day, and it became a tool, so to speak. It was just a thing that I used. Probably some of my other favorite gifts were music CDs that I got from my family or from my sisters, because they would get me things that I hadn't thought of. They would get me things from bands that think, oh, I think you'd like this. And I had no idea, because I didn't know what I liked yet, but I was developing a certain taste in music. And so they would get me these albums, and I'd be like, you know what? This is really good. This is excellent. I like this. My dad got me one year the soundtrack to the X-Files movie, the first one that had come out. And the soundtrack was full of alternative bands that were kind of big but kind of obscure at the time. And he made a joke at the time. He was like, he's going to be sitting up there smoking a fat doobie listening to this music, which I didn't do that at the time. But it was still funny because he made the comment, and that's what kind of music it was. So
Yeah.
It was a thing that, like, it expanded my knowledge of music. It expanded how I listened to things and how I felt about things. And it was... things like that stick out. I can't point to one single thing necessarily. I mean, I've got the Batman helicopter, and that's a big one. But some of the other things, they define growing up, the various Christmases that I had, because they did something for me. It wasn't just something that I played with or something that I got. It was something that opened up my mind to different things. And those are the ones that were the most important for me.
Well, that's and that's what it is for me. I think the most recent thing was the Little Concordant, both New Testament and Old Testament Bible that I got from my father. That was a very important gift in terms of where my spiritual aspect of life is and has been for quite some time. So to have hard covers of both of those that I can pull from is a gift that in my opinion is timeless. That's not, and I'll always remember it. I'll always remember opening it. It was heavy. I think as a kid, man, that's a tough one, because I could say Nintendo. That was one of my favorites because I didn't think I was going to get it, and I ended up getting it. But I remember getting Ed 209. Now, for those of you that don't know who Ed 209 is, Ed 209.
That figure was slick too. I didn't have one, but man, I knew people that did, with the lights and the sound and things. And it did the.
I had an Ed 209 that I got for Christmas because I loved RoboCop. RoboCop was my jam. They had a cartoon of RoboCop. Now, if anybody's seen the first RoboCop, it is definitely not a movie for children at all. And 7-8-year-old me is seeing some things that, but like once again, this was the 80s. The 80s was a different time of parenting. The 80s
And
and
the
90s
same company
were
that
not.
made those RoboCop toys made the Alien toys.
Yep.
And a
Same
lot of
ones.
the other ones from the movies
Yep.
we weren't supposed to watch, but they were marketing the toys
Yep.
to us anyway.
Yes. Yeah, because it was an action fest. And I had the RoboCop. I had RoboCop. I had some of the hooligans that he would fight. I had Ed 209. I had the whole Shabbat and shebang. And so that one really stuck out for me. Like that the gift itself has been lost to time. It's probably broken or trashed or in a landfill somewhere, but I'll always remember that gift because it looked so cool. Because Ed 209 looked cool in the movie. In the RoboCop movie, he looked so freaking cool. And my dad was always on top of it. He always got me the latest science fiction things that I wanted. I got an MC Hammer tape one year. I got CNC Music Factory one year. So I've had all of it, and I have a lot of good memories. I have a lot of good holiday memories, a lot of good Christmas Day memories, a lot of good Christmas Eve. I'm a big fan personally of the eves of holidays. And I got to tell you, a new one that I just been really feeling was Thanksgiving Day Eve. Now, for those of you that don't celebrate, you should. And here's why. No. I got off work and I'm like, 12-year bottle of the Crown. Let's celebrate. So we celebrated. Don't know what I celebrated, but I celebrated the heck out of it.
Thanksgiving Eve before the actual holiday is the biggest drinking holiday of the year.
Yeah, I can see
it's unofficial. Like nobody actually says that. Like, oh yeah, it's drinking day before Thanksgiving, but it's naturally that thing. And that's wwhy they always say, watch out driving the day before Thanksgiving that night because people are out.
Yeah. I mean, listen, I had a bottle of 12 and I went out, I bought a bottle of 12 on the day before Thanksgiving, which was crazy hectic.
And drank it on the way home.
And I'm not Spider.
It's Ohio. It's not Alabama.
It's not Alabama. It's Ohio. We have some couth. So yeah, no, it was cool. I like the eves more than I'm liking the actual holidays.
Because you like the anticipation.
I do.
You like the build up.
I do.
Like the event is great. I know you live for the event of actual Christmas, but you also like the build up. That's why you like the music and the lights and everything. Because once it's done, then it's over.
It is.
For about 3 days.
For him, it's like for the next 360 some days, but he's counting.
January 3rd when they start
celebrating
Christmas.
I am counting.
But
I am counting now.
The build up is really what it is. And I can understand that. It's the anticipation.
That's why I have the Christmas party, because the build up and the anticipation and the getting together of friends and family and people that you don't see every day. That's really what it is about for me. It's not about presents. It's about seeing people that I don't see all the time. It's about that one day of the year having all of my people in one specific location for shenanigans and tomfoolery. And every year there's shenanigans and tomfoolery. Once built a snowman outside and put Christmas crowns on his head. There's been some weird Christmas parties I've had. I had one where it was 70 degrees outside and you could literally walk around the neighborhood in shorts, which we did. We did this. Like it was nothing. Like it was absolutely nothing. Well, gentlemen, that is our holiday special, our holiday episode. We will be back around the first week of January. You can find us. We got a great list of topics coming up. We're going to have more on the horizon for you guys. Once again, the rest in peace to our good friend, Fred Saluga. Without you, sir, I wouldn't have this outlet to present. Thank you to both Spider and Steven. The link below is a GoFundMe for just Fred's end of life wishes. He wanted to be cremated, so his daughter and people are trying to donate to make that happen. So go check out the GoFundMe.com /F/support Leah's fathers end of life wishes. Give what you can, pass the link around, and that is it. That's it for myself and for Spider and for Steven. This is the last show, gentlemen, of 2025. 2025 has been an S show. It's not been a great year for a lot of us, but it has been a year of revelations and new beginnings, and I'm okay with this.
Growth.
It's we lost some things along the way, but we picked some things up along the way as well. So we're here for it. We will see you in the 2026 new year, which is crazy. It'll be here before you know it. So as for me, as for Steven, and finally, as for the most humbug man this side of the Mississippi, Spider himself, why be boring when you can be uncanny? We will see you folks in the future of 2026. Have a good one. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. And treat each other kindly. Peace.